is Wednesday night, and every Wednesday night I go live via TikTok with two of my bariatric sisters, Cara and Bree. We do a weekly Wednesday night chat about weight loss surgery. So head over to TikTok if you want to jump in and see what the conversation is about and see what the other girls are talking about, or you can listen in and ask your questions here. Tonight we are talking about self-care and pouring into yourself and being your best self after weight loss surgery so you don't go back into old habits. So boom, boom. So let me get set up here. Hey girl, hey. Nothing, girl. It's been a long day.
I think you can control stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me go ahead and share this live with a bunch of people. Boop. And boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Give us 1 second, guys, as we get set up. We're still a little bit early. As you're coming in, make sure you're sharing this live with a bunch of friends and tap that screen so it can get pushed out to the FYP so whoever needs it can get the information that we're going to be discussing tonight.
Okay, so I'm still learning my home and the lighting situation. I see Bree.
Okay.
So just bear with a girl, bear with a berry, or she finds her way. Hey, y'all took echo long to bring me on.
Girl, I was sitting there trying to share the live with a bunch of people.
Have patience. I don't have patience today, guys. Listen, this has been a day. You gonna be, hey, you sitting pretty at least, okay? All right, I'm trying to find me a good area.
Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so it is 5:30. Let's get started. Welcome into the live, everyone. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Make sure you're sharing this live with a bunch of friends. Tap, 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 tap that host box right there, Cara's pretty face. Tap that screen so that way we're getting pushed out to the FYP. There's 38 people in here, and yet we only have 10 likes. Let's go.
Oh.
Yes.
Shoot,
let me tap the screen myself.
I'm about to end it. We're gonna start this jump right over.
Right over. Yes. Welcome into the live, everyone. So, welcome to Berry Sisters, where we just chat about weight loss surgery, the current topics, life after weight loss surgery, and give y'all a Q&A. This week is going to be centered around self-care after weight loss surgery, because self-care is not selfish. So let us know in the comments below, what do y'all do to pour into yourself, especially after weight loss surgery, or even if you're on your weight loss surgery journey? Let us know how you pour into yourself. And welcome into the live, everyone. So we're going to get started with the first topic. It's going to be the hot takes. This is all going to still be centered around self-care, but not taking care of yourself while you're overweight. Why did we end up in the positions we were in to even get weight loss surgery? Did anything contribute to that as far as just not taking care of yourself, whether that is health-wise, not going to your doctor's visits, not home-wise? I know I did a video on how I take my showers at night. And I do pretty much a lazy shower where I'm getting in the shower, washing my behind, yet I'm not lotioning up my skin. And that was some lazy habits that I had when I was overweight and some habits that I'm trying to break now. So ladies, when you were overweight, what ways were you not really pouring into yourself that you look back on and you kind of change and break those habits now?
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. I guess I would just say I didn't just take pride in myself. Like the way that I have a skincare routine now. Like I get up in the morning and I wash my face, doing my hair, doing my makeup, putting on lashes in the middle of the day just because I want to. Like little things like that I never felt was needed because I never felt anyone seeing past my fatness to even care, to even take the time to be like, oh my God, you did your nails or your makeup is different. All they see is just like, oh, you look less fat today, like that's, or you look more fat today. So I feel like that was something, and weight loss and just being fat is exhausting. It is so time consuming and it takes up so much energy in your brain that just existing in that body is so much that you just doing the bare minimum. You just want to make it to the morning time. You know what I mean? You just don't want to stop breathing in your sleep at this point. And I just think that's another thing that kind of contributes to it. And so when life becomes effortless, now you have all this energy and time. What they say in Step Brothers, you got all this room for activities and stuff. And yeah.
Yeah. I definitely can relate to that. I know that I didn't really put a lot of time into my appearance because I feel like no matter what I did, I never liked what I seen, like looking in the mirror. So I'm just like, well, it is what it is. Like I would try to do certain things or like wear certain things to try to like hide my bigness or do things that made me feel a little bit smaller. And at the end of the day, when I look into the mirror, I'm just like, stop being delusional. It is what it is. So I never used to, like, I didn't even know how to do wigs until after surgery. I didn't know how to do my makeup really until after surgery. I was more of like a throw some lashes and some lip gloss on kind of girl and just went about my day. I couldn't really express myself in my clothing because back then the clothing for plus size was just so ugly. Like, it was just discouraging. So I just walked around looking crazy.
Yeah,
Can we throw that topic into the live at the end? The whole plus size fashion. There's been like lots of videos. It's like a big topic going around with big creators talking about the lack of fashion and how it's fat people's fault.
Yeah.
I just think we should talk about that later. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, so thank y'all so much for the gifts. Come on in. We hit our live goal. Again, if you're new and into the chat, we actually started on time today, but we're talking about self-care after weight loss surgery, pouring into yourself, becoming your best self after weight loss surgery. And as far as me is concerned, I agree with both of y'all. Being overweight was so time consuming, especially when you're actively, consistently on a weight loss journey. And we tell ourselves, we're going to lose the weight this year. We're going to lose the weight this year. And every January 1st comes around and you're launching a new weight loss journey. But you don't even realize you're still on that journey throughout the entire year. So for me, I felt like I was so consumed with losing weight that it literally took up all my time. If I wasn't in school, if I wasn't taking care of my husband and kids and my household, if I wasn't at work, I was only focused on losing weight. So I was only focused on what I was eating, working out when I could, and losing the weight, researching how to lose the weight. So I wasn't even caring so much about other things, pouring into myself, because I was just so tunnel vision and focused on losing weight. And that doesn't even go with just pouring into myself. That I robbed myself of a lot of memories and hanging out with people and doing things just because I was 100% focused on losing the weight. Hold on. I'm trying to, okay.
I'm trying to find my other phone, but I can't.
So, how can you exercise self-care during your weight loss surgery journey? So a lot of people are getting weight loss surgery now. They just got it. April seems to be a hot month where people are getting their weight loss surgery. And as you are going through your journey, we talk about this a lot in our own individual videos where it seems like we're not having a good time during our weight loss surgery journey because we're so focused on the scale. And trying to lose as much weight as possible and eat as less as possible and work out as much as possible. So, how can we start exercising self-care as we are actively on our weight loss journeys? Cara?
I don't know. Write it down, bitch. Just kidding. We're not gonna plug anything.
Oh, speaking of which, we are gonna plug something because how can I be running a discount right now and y'all don't even know about the discount? So I am running a 10% off discount on my weight loss surgery journals via TikTok. So you can go to Bree's page, you can go to Cara's page, and go to their showcase because I do have the journals listed on TikTok Shop. So you can get 10% off starting right now until midnight on your weight loss surgery journal. And also, if you want to just go to my website and just buy it that way, because I know some people are not a fan of TikTok Shop, you can go straight to my website and type in code Berry Sisters with an S at the end to still get your 10% off. So the discount is running from right now until midnight. Go ahead and pick up your weight loss surgery journal while we're sitting here and chatting. But yeah, go ahead, Cara. The question was, how did you pour into yourself and exercise self-care during your weight loss surgery journey and beyond? Because you're still on your journey.
Yeah. I mean, so self-care is just sometimes sitting with yourself. I feel like really, I guess it's like in a sense of meditation, but really just not picking yourself apart. But I could just say just sitting with yourself and figuring out who are you, because you are not going to be the version of yourself you were before you had this journey. And it's just a really good time to be like, who am I? What do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to show up as every day? Because it's fun that this surgery gives you a chance to kind of reinvent yourself or actually peel the layers that you've been covering yourself with and become the person that you've always wanted to be, but was just, not able to show up that way for whatever reasons. So I feel like that's something that you can practice. Self-talk. Be nice to yourself. Start checking that bitch at the door, okay? She says mean things to you and she's gonna continue to say some snide little remarks, but check her, okay? Channel your inner bitch pudding, all right? Like, I check these comments, check yourself, because we can be the meanest people to ourselves, and if we just let that just fester, you're gonna be picking yourself apart. Anytime something goes wrong on your journey or not the way you want it to go, you are gonna probably like be your biggest critic. So that's my own.
That's some real stuff. I will say, you have to give yourself grace. I didn't show any self-care or anything right away after surgery because I was so sick. I was just trying to stay alive. So once I finally so that's why I'm saying, don't be in a rush to be like, okay, now I need to sit with myself and I need to figure out ways to love myself. And now you're even more overwhelmed with trying to get adjusted to the new physical changes in your body. And now you're sitting here trying to fix your mental in the same time. It ain't gonna happen. So take one thing at a time. Like, okay, I'm going to get used to the physical changes of my body. That's step one. Number two, once I get a hang on that, okay, now I'm going to focus on my mental. So that's when I felt comfortable and I didn't, because I can get overwhelmed very easily. Like Cara and Janae know, like, I do not like a lot on me. At one time, I need to just check things off a list, and I thrive that way when I just focus on one thing at a time. I'm not a multitasker when it comes to like dealing with myself. So once I got to the point, I was like, okay, my biggest thing for self-care at that point was like, my mom and my grandma always used to say, like, if you look good, you feel better. So my first thing was, I'm going to focus on my physical outer appearance. I've been walking around looking homeless, looking crazy. It's time for me to start doing my own hair. I don't want to have to go pay a girl $300, $400 to go slay a wig for me. Let me start playing around with stuff. So that was one. Learn how to do that. Let me learn how to do my makeup. I want to elevate my look. I don't want to just have lashes and gloss all the time. Like, I want to look glam sometimes. So then as I started doing that, and then I went to the clothes. I'm like, okay, let's just change it all around. Being able to go into the malls, it gave me my confidence. It made me start like really loving what I seen when I walked past the mirror and different things like that. So yeah, that's how it is for me. Sorry, Jay.
Right? That's why I was commenting. I'm like, go. For me, The way I practiced self-care during my weight loss surgery journey was relaxing a bit. I For the first 6 months of my weight loss surgery journey, I was like still only tunnel vision on losing the weight. And once I started to stall, I had to like check myself. I had to check myself. I had to reprogram my brain, which is when I actually started journaling and doing a lot of self-reflection. So I know a lot of people, I saw in the comments, people were talking about the mental, and that's what self-care was for me. I had to pour into me mentally, because I never sat and took a break and understood what my issues were with weight loss and weight management and staying consistent and all that stuff. I knew there was an issue. I never dove into it. So when I started journaling and started really just spending time with myself and talking to myself, and I've been doing that now. I'm 13 months post-op. So the last 7 months, I really started to, that led me to heal my relationship with food, fitness, and weight management. And no, I'm not cured. It's going to be a lifelong journey, but that's what helped me. That was me pouring into myself. So as much as I do, because I was shopping a lot, so as much as I do love the outer appearance stuff, like I really had to start digging in mentally so that I wouldn't start to spiral, because back then I was honestly spiraling a lot, and it was reflected in my videos. Like I would come up here and like tell y'all straight up like what I was going through mentally. But that's where the journals were birthed from, because of how much it helped me, and I wanted to give that back to y'all and hopefully help y'all. So again, 10% off. Go to their showcase and TikTok shop. 10% off till midnight. Let's move on to the next question.
Hi,
In the
Johnny.
hot takes. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Make sure y'all tapping that screen so that the live is getting out to whoever needs it. Share it with 5 friends while I find the next question.
I'm not on my main page. I'm double.
Oh yeah, we never addressed that. So you want to tell them why you're on the Berry Sisters
I'm
page?
just on a timeout. It's just a week punishment. So catch me back on Friday with my shenanigans. And
Yes,
you know.
yes. So while y'all here, make sure you're following the Berry Sisters TikTok. This is a great time to follow it since we're not on Kara's page.
Yeah. So I'll be coming with my proper behavior.
So the last the last
Work page.
right. The last part of the hot takes, and this is going to actually transition us into life after weight loss surgery, is self-care isn't selfish. And I know a lot of us are grown. A lot of us are grown with big girl and boy jobs and big girl and boy responsibilities, families. Whether you have kids or not, you got dogs to take care of, cats to take care of, other animals to take care of, people to take care of. Exactly. Like you have things that you need to do. And sometimes, especially for women, I can't speak for the men, but the guys at the Berry Mill Experience can. But I know for women, we really do start to feel guilty about putting ourselves first and prioritizing ourselves. But sometimes that can also be like a double-edged sword, right? Where you start to not take care of yourself. So do y'all, and let us know in the comments below, do y'all feel any guilt about taking pride in yourself, prioritizing yourself, and doing self-care?
Sorry, no. I have no children. I ain't got no husband. Okay, I got a boyfriend, but still no husband. And yeah, I'm selfish. It's me. Like that's just how I live. And I'm the youngest child, so I've always been the center of attention. So, yeah, they know I'm the last person. And this was before I had surgery. Don't ask Cara. You need to be like pull the plug type decisions before you call me. Then I'm like, fine. Like, you sure you called someone? Sorry. But yeah, so I always put myself first because honestly, I can't show up for you whole if I'm not taken care of. So that's just me.
Yeah.
So, but don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty about that because if you can't be your best self for somebody, you're half-assing it. And you know what I mean? You could be screwing up their life because you didn't show up the way you could have showed up.
Yeah. I feel like I used to feel bad, especially after I had my son, because people get all in your head and like your life is over. It's all about your child. You can never do anything for yourself. And I was the type of mom like, I can't eat unless my baby eats. I can't bathe myself unless I bathe him. Like I felt guilty if I was feeding myself before I fed him, and then I had to learn real fast to like, you're not going to be able to be a good mom without taking care of yourself, putting yourself first a little bit. It's been hard, but I feel like over the years, like now I'm way better at putting myself first. Because then I can show up as my best self, right? And I can be a great mom and wife and, everything. So.
Yes, I 100% agree. I definitely felt guilty putting myself first above everyone else. And I think a lot of us here are millennials. We're in that millennial range. And so what I find with us millennials is that we are a lot different than the people who raised us, right? We are doing things a lot differently. Our families look a lot different. A lot of us are married. Some of us come from broken homes or step parents or whatever the case may be. Some of us had like very traumatic pasts as millennials. I really feel like that's the common theme with our generation. And with that comes wanting to do things the right way, or wanting to make sure that your family is taken care of so that they don't experience what you might have experienced. And so for me, that's my story. Like I did not want my kids to grow up the way I grew up, especially being a girl from the city, from the hood, from the projects, like from a 2-parent home, but a 2-parent step home. Like I did not want my kids to be in that situation. So I really poured into my family, and it made me feel guilty if I even took a little bit of time for me. But now, baby, that is not the problem. That is not the case. My husband is like, go, 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 go. And he's never even put that on me. I put that on myself. And a lot of us, we put that on ourselves. And why? Why are we doing it to ourselves? Nobody, especially if you are in a relationship, in a partnership, no one's doing that to you. I hope not. So my husband don't do that to me. So he'd be the first one to be like, stop, chill, you need a break. And so now after weight loss surgery, it's weird how a lot of things click after weight loss surgery, but I'm definitely like, no, I don't feel guilty. If I want to go get my nails done, them kids are off to school, off to daycare, I'm going to get my nails done. And my daughter, she tried to make me feel guilty because when I go and do something for myself, she always wants to do it. And I'm like, no, mommy needs her own time. We can go do this another time, but this is me time. And so I actually want to flash back and address last week because the girls wasn't on last week. And, Cara was busy, Bree was sick, and they could have been like, you know what, I'm going to power through. It's the Berry sisters. We don't want to let our community down. But they're like, no, I need to take a step back for me. And us all being content creators, that's something that we all struggle with too sometimes. Like you try to show up every day, for your community, for your content, because the moment you miss something, the algorithm hates you. And so do y'all want to just touch on that? Like even as content creators, knowing that you're busy or you're sick and you feel like you have to show up, but you have to check yourself and be like, you know what? I need to take a step back. So y'all want to address last week?
I mean, yeah. For me, like I said, it was just busy for me. Life is hectic, and I just moved. I got errands and shit to run. I don't live on the side of town that I used to live on, so things are a lot further, and I can't be, driving. It's just a different setup. But just on top of that, I don't know, if anyone's noticed, but like I didn't post for a good few days or get on live, or if I did post, it was very random, sporadic things. But it was just, I moved, I need to adjust. Like a lot just changed for me in the span of a day. The place that I was in for 2.5 years is now different. And I didn't realize that I needed an adjustment period. And yeah, so it wasn't as much as Brie, my baby was sick, but me, I was just like.
And you know what? It's crazy too, because I didn't So yeah, y'all know I was sick. I was so sick last week, and I still was like trying to put out a little content. But then it got to the point where I was like, I can't do it. I had a lot of family emergencies going on last week. It was a lot going on. But I felt guilty. Like I was really trying to hop online last week. I literally texted them. It was literally after Car was like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. Then it kind of made me feel a little bit better because I was like, okay, so I can't make it either, girl, because I'm sick as hell. I'm on here stuffy nose. Y'all can't even understand what I'm saying at this point. But it felt good to just step back, like, you know what I mean? Because it's just like at the end of the day, you can't worry about letting other people down. You can't put yourself at risk and all of that when you need to rest. Like you gotta rest. And I was proud of myself too because I took some time off work last week and that was really nice. It got to the point my boss was like, girl, go take a nap and take the rest of the week off. What are you doing here? You know, so it's still hard. I do be feeling guilty.
Y'all are really showing out. Y'all are really showing out with these gifts. And I want to thank y'all so much because I'm like, damn, okay.
Another one.
I feel so
Another
good.
one.
Right, another one, thank you.
But it was actually kind of freeing, like not having that, like, just being to be like, you know what? No, you know, and I feel like when things become overwhelmed, like I was to the point where I was like, fuck, like I need to do this. I can't because I got to catch this. And it was just like, sometimes you do have to put stuff in perspective. Yes, this is a commitment, but this is a hobby. I don't get paid. Thank you for the little $2.02 gift. Love you. I appreciate every coin. But this does not get, you know what I mean? This ain't no taxes getting deducted out of this. So at the end of the day, you still have to make decisions and say, hey, this is what I can step back from, but this is where I do need to show up and kind of just, you know, play it by ear. So I just want to say that too.
Yeah, I want to even address Anna in the comments from our sister chat over at the Berry Unfiltered every Monday night at 8 p.m. She was saying how she goes live every single morning, and I be seeing her, especially when I'm at work. She goes live every single morning, and she's been doing that for the last 6 months. And then I don't know if it was her story or she made a post, but there was one day recently that she did not go live, and she was apologizing for it and stuff. And I'm like, you know, even then, like we feel like we have to be like, you know, sorry. We don't want to let our community down, and sometimes we're like overly apologizing for it. And it's like, no, like we have to be able to give our own selves grace and be like, hey, I know I set the tone for this, but sometimes we just gonna have to fall back a little
And
bit.
we have to remember, and I try to make sure we cool, we friendly, but we ain't friends, okay? And I'm just gonna be real enough to say it. I can be friendly. Y'all don't know me. You know a side of me. You know what I show up as, but y'all don't know wig off on the couch with a blunt in my hand, Cara. Like y'all don't know her. So I just feel that when you show up that hard, it also blurs the lines to how people feel entitled to you. And that's something that I try to let, like, I love y'all. I rock with y'all. We are putting pops till we die. But y'all are not entitled to my time. You're not entitled for me to show up how you want me to show up. Like, and I think like when you have to be like, you know, like the apologetic part, like I just want you to remember that, Anna, that don't let people make you feel that this is something you're required to do. It is a courtesy. Everything you do is a courtesy.
And I also feel too like, okay, it's one thing for like letting the people down, but TikTok is another pressure in itself, just the app. Because if you are absent and you come back, you gonna feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like all your hard work is just gone, and now you gotta reset your page. You know, because when you are not active, TikTok punished you. Like
it really does.
It's punishing me. Like, again, you know what I mean? Just because I wasn't as consistent as posting, I really like stepped back. I used to post like 3 to 4 times a day. If I post 1 time a day, I'm like, cool, I did it.
Showed up.
I'm showing up. I'm here.
Clocked in. I'm here. Let's move on to life after Berry, and let's talk about defining self-care for your lifestyle, because a lot of people have a misconception of self-care is eye mask and ice rollers and that may be the case, but self-care can literally be anything, especially after this life-changing event that we all have gone through or is going through, which is weight loss surgery. So for your specific lifestyle, and let us know in the comments below, how are you defining self-care just for you? Ladies?
Self-care.
What's the question?
How are you defining self-care for you and your lifestyle that does not involve anyone else, just you?
Oh, okay. Mine's, I'm really okay, so I've been slacking on like my vitamins and stuff lately. So something I'm trying to implement is getting back on like drinking my fiber water in the morning, and taking my vitamins and making sure that I'm keeping up with my water intake. Like I'm really on like fueling my body with the nutrients it needs because I've been slacking a lot. So that's my like self-care right now.
I mean, for me, mine is just kind of getting a life. I ain't got no life. Like, I need a life. And I need to do things outside of my family and, like, my comfort zone. So, for me, like, I watched a post and it was like, do you feel sad? Do you feel this? And I'm like, yeah. And it was like, but did you go outside today? Did you talk to someone today? Did you eat nutrition? Did you exercise? Did you do, and they just went over like all of these just like basic little things. And I'm just like, no, I didn't do any of those things. And especially someone who works from home now and I don't leave my house and it's just me, my dog, and my man. I do need to take extra steps to go just walk to the store. I could drive. I got the gas, but just walk. Like, why do I need to, and just take those extra times to just do little things. My mom lives like literally 5 minutes away from me. Go walk to my mom's house, go spend 30 minutes with her, walk back. I just killed 2 of the things off my list. I talked to somebody, I exercised. Oh, that's 3. And I got outside. So that's kind of my self-care, is just creating a routine. And then another thing is I get so stuck with not doing anything during the week. And I want to find things to do during the week and not just live to work.
Heavy on that. It's like I be telling myself like, oh, it's a work day, it's a work night. You can't do nothing. But that's what I was telling myself. I was talking to my manager because working from home can be very isolating, and days can go by and you just haven't like left the house because that's how I be too. But I was like even talking to my manager with just like adjusting my hours so that I'm off at like 2 or 3 and I still have my day to like go out and do stuff, like, take more advantage of being from home and going outside and stuff like that,
And I'm off at 2, so exactly. Like, or if I take a lunch, I'm off at 3, but if I don't take a lunch, I'm off at 2. So exactly, that's still a whole day.
Yeah, that is. I 100% agree with everything y'all just said, and I'm gonna be adding that to my list too. As far as self-care for me and my lifestyle, what that looks like, for me, that looks like being honest with myself. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure, especially, and this could be just pressure that I put on myself, like this phantom pressure. But I got to the point, especially with sharing my content, that I was okay with being at 183. I'm healing my relationship with food. I've been right here for a very long time, for a few months now. And like, yes, I am okay with that. But 2 things could be true. I also do still want to lose more weight. And so I had to be honest with myself and tell myself, and allow myself to, 1, feel that, and 2, go after the things that I want to go after. And this is just one example, but there's multiple examples in my life that's like that right now. So I was like, okay, like, what can I do? I can get on GLP-1s. So don't be surprised when y'all start seeing content from me talking about I'm taking semaglutide after weight loss surgery to see how much more weight I can lose, because that content is going to be coming as of Friday. Okay, period. Period. It's going to be coming. But no, it's just being honest with myself and how I feel about certain things, and allowing myself to feel those things and giving myself grace. It's a lot of like giving to myself, because I haven't been giving to myself. And so that's what self-care looks like for me these days. Next question. We touched a little bit on this earlier, but specifically, how do you prioritize yourself, especially as a busy adult, no matter what type of responsibilities you have? Let us know in the comments below, how are you making yourself and your health a priority this go round? Ladies?
See, those are two different questions. Self or health?
Both. Because if you think about it, you know, we got weight loss surgery to lose weight, to be healthy. And some of us, probably majority of us, was not prioritizing those things, along with not prioritizing ourselves. So let's start with the health side, and then we'll start with our self side. So how are you prioritizing your health this go round?
Okay, I mean, I guess it would just be to change how my perception on things. I think my perception was pretty much what I needed to change for my health, because what is health? And I think that's the question. And I think that's why it triggered me so much, where I'm like, whoa, what? Those are two different things. And it's because I'm thinking carrots, green beans, and, you know, grilled chicken, that's health. But and working out 5 days a week. But I have to remember, like, my health for me is just not being guilty after eating elote nachos, like, and
Or bacon, egg, and cheese on a wrap.
And exactly, and not letting people like make me second guess decisions that I make.
Yes.
Because it's so funny. That person who made that comment was like, you didn't change your habits. And I always love to say, like, name 3 of my habits. Like, what were my habits? Like, tell me those habits, and let's see what. You don't even know what my habits were to say what I did not change. And it made me think, because there's a lot of comments that it does trigger thought for me. And I say, okay, am I showing up on this app and I'm doing unrealistic things, and I'm showing behavior that can get people to gain weight back? And did I not change habits? FOH. Okay? Because I used to eat a bagel. I would eat, cinnamon rolls. I would eat donuts for breakfast. I'm like, what, the things that are, go get a frappe, like, not even coffee, like, just like and I'm like, the things that I used to eat for breakfast compared to me actually cooking and making something, I did change my habits. And so I had to validate myself with that after that interaction with that person. And so I think that is what health looks like for me, is just changing my perspective on food and not letting it guilt me into thinking everything is bad. And sometimes if you want a McDonald's burger, just make it at home, and you just cut out half the calories, and it is now healthy. I don't care what no one says.
Bree, how are you prioritizing your health now?
I'm prioritizing my mental health by really, really working on not caring about how much I weigh. So I had to check myself and kind of have a talk with myself the other day. And basically, I felt like once I got to my maintenance weight, I really obsessed about the number on the scale. Like, I had to be 165 every day. Like, if it wasn't that, then it was the end of the world. And I felt like I had to starve myself in order to like the number that I see. And I've been working on this for a while now, and I feel like I'm finally to a place to where I don't care. Like, I don't care what I see, like, on the scale. I'm not tripping. It doesn't mess up my day. I'm able to just go along. I'm able to look at old pictures of me and say, look how far you've come. You look great. Stop obsessing over that. You'll never be that girl again, because you'll never allow it. And I feel like I've been able to, like, maneuver through, like, maintaining my weight a lot easier. I feel a lot lighter now. I don't feel like I have a dark cloud hovering over me. And it's been easier to make smarter decisions. It's been easier to not, like, give in to binge eating. And yeah, it's just been kind of like, you know, it's been a good feeling.
For me, the way I prioritize my health is letting go of control. Like, I used to really like control my journey by getting on the scale every day, by weighing my food. Every single thing I was putting in my mouth, I was weighing it. tracking my meals, tracking my calories, tracking my water, tracking this, tracking that. I mean, it was becoming too much. And all of these things are just tools. They're tools to get you to the goals that you would want to do. But I was like abusing it and letting it control myself. And the last few months, I have not been weighing myself. Y'all, April 2nd, because I always weighed myself. I used to weigh myself once a week. I've been stopped doing that, but I was still weighing myself and taping myself once a month. On April 2nd, because my surgery was on March 2nd. Well, the 2nd of every month. Anyway, April 2nd came. I haven't even weighed myself for the month. I haven't taped myself for the month. I don't know what it's looking like. I will know this week, but I have no clue what it's looking like. And I don't care. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care. I haven't used a calorie tracking app. I sometimes weigh certain things, but it's not like controlling my life anymore. And so now I'm at the point, and that came with a lot of healing. So now I am at the point where I know I actively want to lose more weight, so I can use these things the way they're supposed to be used, as tools to help me get where I want to go, but not controlling me. And so I feel like I can do those things. If I want to get on the scale every day, I will, but guess what? It's not going to control my emotions. It's not going to control anything. It's just scientific data that I'm using for my body. And it feels so free. And even before I even started this journey, just knowing that mentally I'm already clocking it, so I know what it is. So now when I start it tomorrow, then I'm like, the pressure is off. The pressure is off, and mentally it makes me feel better. So how are you prioritizing yourself now this go round?
I just want to add something quick. I have not weighed myself because I'm a daily weigher, and I think since I've been at this new place, which has probably been a week, going on 2 weeks now, I've weighed myself once. And it's because my shit's packed up, but also like I have the scales and I got on it and I'm just like, and my period's around the corner, so I know I'm bloating, and I have been eating what I wanted when I wanted a lot, and the scale hasn't went up. But yeah, how am I prioritizing? Well, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna repeat what I said earlier. I'm selfish. It's my world. Y'all are just blessed to be here while I'm here. You're welcome. So I don't know. I always prioritize myself. I am the priority.
Bree, how do you prioritize yourself this go round?
She's so blunt. I love it. Just making sure that I'm showing up for myself the best I can and the best I know how. Not being so hard on myself. Making sure I'm making like good choices throughout the day, but still not over restricting myself to things, still enjoying food. That's pretty much it.
For me, that looks like allowing myself to go after my dreams. I know I was talking to Maria and VSG Bessie. Shout out our sister VSG Bessie and Talk Berry to me every Sunday night at 8 p.m. But I was talking to them this week actually, and I was telling them like I am allowing myself to dream big and to go after those dreams as well. Like I could have never imagined that I actually launched my own business. Like it was a dream. It was a far-fetched dream. It was a dream that maybe could happen, but the fact that I like literally these ladies were here for it all. Like I told them what I wanted to do and I did it. And so me doing it and me executing it, and I'm not even putting myself like through pressure, like, oh, I have to sell these many journals. Like I'm literally just vibing out. Has been like so cool. I feel like a kid again, like just going after my dreams. And then that turned to, well, what else do I want to do? Like, what else can I go after? What else have I wanted to do? And so I love writing. I'm going to start blogging now. I love running my mouth. So I'm actually launching a podcast next month. Like there are things to come that I'm just gonna do, and I'm not even thinking about it as, is this gonna work, is this gonna fail? Like I'm just doing what I want to do, and whatever happens will happen. And it's so nice to just again give that to myself. I'm in a season of giving to my own self.
Well, talk to me about that podcast because I want to do me a visual podcast. Like,
yeah, so I'm gonna be I do YouTube University. That's how I made my website. If y'all been on my website, I made it myself via YouTube University. Like, how do I do this? Okay. How do I do this? Okay. How do I do this? But yeah, it's gonna be visual and audio. And it's just gonna be me talking about all the same shit that I talk about now. Like wellness, not weight loss specific, but just overall wellness and self-development and in the lens of a millennial mother and wife. Like that's what it's gonna be. So hopefully that launches May 2nd. That's what I plan on launching it. But we can get into the chat and talk about this.
I need to know how, like, what'd you do? How you started? What'd you Google first?
I got you, girl.
I need to make my website.
I got you.
I don't got the patience, y'all. I do not have patience. I'd rather people do it for me.
I got y'all. You know I got y'all. Okay, self-care even with a busy life and responsibility. I know that we talked about this. This whole day is themed of self-care, so it's going to be a lot of overlapping, but anything that you do for yourself specifically, even though you know that day is busy, is there any time in the day that you'd be like, you know what, this little small 5 minutes is just for me? Do you actively do anything like that every single day or week, or how does that look like for you?
That's what Mary Jane time is for.
Okay.
At the end of the day, that's what me and hubby doing. We have
That's all I could think about. I was like, smoking?
That's our time. The baby's dead, and we have our grown-up time. Okay?
I'm like, I make time. I don't give a hell. I'm like, I'm that person y'all don't want to be around. Stop. Let me smoke first.
Like, that's me too. That's why me and Cara got along so well too, because we was.
Cause it's like, ready to smoke? Yep. I couldn't finish it, but the next round, I'm down.
So I don't care if I'm like dead asleep. Like I'm about to get up and have my time.
That's it.
Okay, so that's my time. Yeah. It's a real good decompressor. Gets me ready for bed. Sleep good.
Mm-hmm.
I get the munchies, and if it's a night where I'm allowing myself to have a sweet, I'll eat a cookie. But if not, I'll go get me some fruit, and then I'll take my butt to bed, and it's lovely.
Y'all gotta be my sweets. These little cinnamon cakes, like these little, like they have like the lemon pound cake, then they have the cinnamon ones, and I can eat one whole one, and I'll eat it too.
I messed up by buying a cake from Costco. Oh my gosh. That's been my guilty pleasure for the past couple days.
Honestly, not being too hard with myself. Like, people are like, oh, you're gonna gain weight. Like, bitch, I'm trying to gain 10 pounds, if you must know. Like, I'm not actively on here letting you guys know, but I'm okay with gaining about 10 pounds. I want to be back in the 30s.
I honestly think you should talk about that and make videos about that, because people ask me, like, what if I lose too much weight? I'm scared of losing too much weight.
Well, bitch, I'm failing. Okay, I've been trying. All right, I got scared and dropped to 121. I was like, whoa, hold on. Y'all know 123 is my number, so let me get a handle on it. I'm still in the experimental phase right now.
So for me, how do I pour into myself even when I'm busy is I wake up earlier, and that might sound like punishment to some people, but I am naturally a morning person. I'm naturally one of those people that once I'm up, I'm kind of up, and I suffer from middle of the night insomnia. So if I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm just gonna be up since 3 o'clock in the morning. But I say it all the time, like when I do work out, because I'm not consistent with it, but when I do work out, I am a 5 a.m. girly. I don't need coffee in the morning, don't need green tea, don't need pre-workout. I can literally get up and go. I'm not one of those morning people that's like, hey, how you doing? Talking your ear off, because I still want my peace and quiet. That is definitely Cara, because she be. Let me tell y'all about Cara. She will hit the group chat. She will hit the group chat at 5:30 in the morning. And one day my phone was going off, and my husband was like, "Who is texting you this early?" And I was like, "That's Cara. I know that's Cara."
Energy, everything.
She be up early, y'all. She did that to me in Vegas too. I was scared to call her because I was like, I don't want to call her too early. Nah, she be up.
5 o'clock. o'clock, no matter what day it is, weekend, vacation, I'm up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but that I realized that morning time is my time, and I want to actively pour into myself more. So if that means I'm up at 4:30, I go to the gym for an hour. No one else is up in my house. I don't have to worry about no one else. So I can take a nice long morning shower and actually dig into my morning skincare and then throw on some makeup and then put on my wig and put on an actual outfit instead of staying in pajamas until noon. Like, I'm trying to break certain habits. And so I know the morning time is that time for me, because once 7 o'clock hit, everybody up, and I have to take care of my family and get them out the house. And then by 9 o'clock, when everyone's gone, I'm trying to pour into my content. Like, so I need to be ready before all of that. So if that means getting up a little bit earlier for me to take care of myself, then that's just what I do. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I can relate to a certain degree. Now, I don't get up at 5 o'clock every morning, but the days that like we have our lives, I wake up at 5 o'clock to do my makeup. Like, this makeup been on since 5 o'clock this morning.
Period.
So I can make sure that like I'm ready and I'm not rushing if work is running a little over. Or the days like when I work from home and I have meetings like that I don't want to look a mess for, like I'll get up and do that. But I just can't do that every morning. It's too much.
Yeah, I be doing that shit on the clock. I be putting my lashes on, just shaking my mouse every 3 minutes, like whatever. 15-minute break, bitch.
Okay, the last question before we get into our Q&A segment is, what ways can you start developing your own self-care routine? Let's talk about, we are all getting a little older, which means we need to start not just washing our face and putting on lotion. Like, where's the serums at? Where's the exfoliation for our skin? Like, we talk about dry skin after weight loss surgery. Have you exfoliated that flaky ass skin? I'm just saying.
I exfoliate every day.
Right.
Yeah.
So how can you develop your own self-care routine, skincare routine, whatever routine you want to develop?
Yeah, I need help with that because I don't have a skincare routine.
You gotta just want it, honestly. Just with weight loss, we're able to get these protein goals in. We know we try to take these vitamins. We get those water goals in. So it's kind of the same thing with self-care. For the skincare, it's really easy for me. Like, I kind of say pick your time. They say some people do first thing, they do morning and night. Mm-hmm. I'm actually a one time a dayer person because I feel like if I do too much, like they say you can overdo it and you can break yourself out by doing too much. So when I was doing it twice a day, I did realize that. So I just did it. I do it first thing in the morning. So I'm a shower person. I just say make things fit your routine. Mm-hmm. So I say look at what is your routine. Are you a morning person? Yes, I am. So I have an extra 10 minutes to sit there and in the shower, start my routine. Then when I'm brushing my teeth, do my serums. Like, I can add that into my journey. If you're not, you're a night, then do it before you go to bed. Take your shower, then do it before you, so it's kind of just stuff like that.
Yeah, see, I'm lazy. And my thing is, too, I don't even really feel like I need a skincare routine.
Period. Then don't do it.
Period.
That's that. I only did it because I was breaking out after bariatric surgery, so.
Yeah, I didn't break out on my face. I struggle with back acne after weight loss.
Me too. Me too.
Still struggle with it sometimes, and I never used to get that at all. Mm-hmm. So
for me,
routine.
For me, the way I started to develop just different routines, period, was time blocking. I don't know if y'all familiar with time blocking, but I really sat down and looked at a 24-hour a day schedule on like Google Calendar. And I started to figure out, okay, when I'm not at work, what does my day look like? I literally plugged in, okay, from this time to this time, this is what I'm doing. From this time to this time, I'm even factoring in getting ready, driving kids to school and daycare. Like, I figured out all that time. And once I started doing that, I'm like, I literally got like, and including sleep, I'm like, I literally got a good 13 hours. What do I do during those 13 hours? I have no idea. It's the same thing with the budget. Like, damn, I got all money. I don't know where it's at, but I got all this money. So think of it like that. Think of your time like that. Like when you actually sit down and start plugging in, and literally I have 4 different timelines of me when I go to work, when I'm not at work, when I'm coming off of work, and then when I'm going into work, because I work overnight. So I have to factor in all my times. And even all of those times, I'm like, damn, I literally still have a lot of time to just do whatever it is that I want to do. There is time in a day. A lot of us, the main thing is, we don't have time to work out. Have you actually looked at your time to see?
No, nobody calculates the hours in the days. We just vibe it. We just trying to dodge bullets, okay?
I'm just saying, then you can't sit there and be like, I don't got enough time if you don't even know what your time look like.
You want to know something crazy? Like, okay, Gemini. I'm the Virgo, and she's more organized and got everything down to a schedule better than I even do. Like, it's insane. Sometimes that should be stressing me out.
My girl said I looked at the 24. I said I wouldn't even look at 24 hours because I'm asleep for about like 10 of them. So
no, the thing about me is when I get an idea in my head, I hyper fixate on that idea. Now I know what my time looks like because I was into that. Have I applied any of that? No. And this was January 1st. We're in April. No, I didn't do shit with that information. Okay, that's the Gemini in me. I will fixate on something and then I just let it drop.
Organize my life.
I have my shit together, but I met Janae and I was like, yeah, I do not.
I knew I didn't have my shit together. I call myself like the chaotic, like, where your house is messy, but you know where everything's at? Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm like, something's been moved, but it's been on the floor for 6 days, bitch, but I know it's been there. Like, that's me.
Right.
Y'all start to drop your questions down below. This is the Q&A time. We got 6 minutes to do this. We'll go over a little bit, but drop your questions down below.
I was going to say, but I do feel you on the fixation stuff because I do that too with certain things.
This is why y'all only got 3 journals, because I was going to do 4. I still am, but I was going to do 4 journals, one dedicated for revision. And I got so hyped. I was hyped. I did the 3 and then time got away from me. And then I have not mustered up the energy to do the 4th one.
That's it. Okay, next.
That's because you be exhausting yourself.
Yes.
You put so much on yourself and then you do it and now you burnt out.
That is true. That very much so is true. Yeah. Am I ever going to change that? No. But it's so true.
What helps you remember to take your vitamins? Y'all.
This is what I'll say, Joy. Set a timer on your phone.
Yeah.
So set a timer to take your multivitamin in the morning. Space it out to 2 hours before you take your citrate chew.
Just don't ignore it like me, who ignores every notification. Don't ignore it.
Just set timers on your phone, and it'll help you remember.
For me, I just tried, because I do the timer thing, but I also just remember my vitamins when I eat. So if it's breakfast, then I'll have my first set. And if it's lunch, then I have my next set. And if it's dinner, then I have my next set. And then I know I'm done for the day. So if I'm putting some food in my mouth, I was about to say something else that would have sounded crazy. If I'm putting something in my mouth, then I know to take my vitamins too. Yeah, period. Vicky, you said sleeve or bypass. Are you asking us what we had or what our preference was?
Hold on, Janae. Before we go into this, I want to address this. Miss A says, I just take them all in the morning. So when you do take y'all vitamins, y'all need to make sure y'all are on a vitamin schedule, because if you take all those vitamins at one time, they are not going to properly absorb into your body. Mm-hmm. You'll literally be taking them for nothing. Yeah, you will literally, if you realize your pee is dark yellow, it's because you're pissing out those expensive ass vitamins. So especially for your multivitamin and your calcium citrate, you definitely, at least that's what my bariatric people told me, because I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. That's what I was gonna say. When you do your multivitamin, wait 2 hours before you take the first citrate chew, and then your citrate chews need to be taken 4 hours apart. Yeah. Yes.
But I had the gastric
Okay.
sleeve, and I had it on March 2nd of 2023.
Bypass December 3rd, 2019.
Sleeve, October 2022.
Anyone deal with dizziness after surgery 3 months post-op? I feel like that's quite common. It's so hard for me to like go back and to remember specifics, but I was very fatigued. I did have some lightheaded moments. So that's probably the same thing as dizziness for the most part, especially when I went back to work. And really, the only thing that cured that for me was just making sure I got my electrolytes in. So sometimes it's not just about water. Like we get so focused on getting our water in. Sometimes we need to just drink electrolytes. So whether that's sugar-free Gatorade or whatever you do, or the I like the IV, the liquid IV stuff. That makes me super hydrated. So that when I notice I get like that, it's because I'm dehydrated. So I go for something with electrolytes.
This was the how do we stay hydrated one?
Yeah.
That's hi Taji. Yeah, I was gonna say too. In the beginning, like you have to. I was like so big on timers. I made myself drink something every 30 minutes, just sipping on it, sipping on it. And then if you're having a rough time, go get an IV. Like, please go get an IV. Replenish your liquid so you don't get dehydrated and constipated and just feel a hot mess. So that is my advice.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything because the questions are just dropping in. How was it like going through the food phases? It was hell. I had the 2-week pre-liquid diet, the 2-week post-liquid diets, puree, soft food, and then solid foods. And each of those were 2 weeks. But being on this side now, because a lot of people ask me for recipe ideas, and I'm like, look, you guys, like just whatever you can figure out to eat during those phases, just figure it out. You might have to keep eating that every single day until you can make it through. It's such a short period of time. Like we get so hyper fixated on the puree diet and stuff. It seems to be the puree diet. Like it's such a small fragment of time, and then you'll get back to solid. So TikTok search bar and figure out a recipe.
Yeah.
I
don't follow none of mine because I'm not going to teach you to eat nothing until after you can tolerate it all. Don't be like, oh, Kara's recipes are not for people who are in the food phases.
Yeah.
You got to be solids and beyond.
Yeah.
To the solids and beyond.
How fast did you go back to work, and did you need pain medicine? So I took a month off of work. For my clinic, they said that they wanted us to take 2 weeks off, but it varies depending on what type of job you have. So if you worked from home, then you can go back a week. If you was more strenuous like me, I'm an ER tech. There was no light duty position for me. So they recommended that I go above that. And since I had PTO and I paid into my short-term disability and FMLA saved my job, I took a month off. And no, I did not take any pain medicine. I just literally during that time when I did go back to work is when I started having my dizzy spell. So I made sure to stay on top of my electrolytes.
Yeah, my pain medicine was that good old devil's lettuce.
Yes. All right, you guys, we are at 6:30, and this was a great conversation about self-care, pouring into yourself after weight loss surgery, prioritizing yourself. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in, for all of the likes. Make sure you get us to 30,000. We at 29.0. Y'all tap your screen. I'm not getting off this phone till we get to 30,000.
All 90 of y'all tap it 20 times.
Right. Keep tapping until your finger hurt. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys for the gift.
Yes.
You guys show love.
Especially my queen was billion no love.
Period. Y'all must have got y'all taxes.
Right. But thank everybody. Y'all blew it up today.
Yes, y'all definitely did. Keep dropping them. I'll shake for a little TikTok money now. I'll shake a little something for some TikTok.
Since y'all got y'all taxes, go shop for the berry. Oh,
go get your journals.
Go get your journals.
Yes.
Listen, I sell this wig in my bio. Okay, Okay, let me stop saying what I sell because I don't want to get this paid.
Okay.
Bye.
Yes, just another reminder, if you haven't already, get your weight loss surgery journals. They are 10% off until midnight. So check out Bree and Kara's showcase on TikTok. You can pick it up directly from the TikTok shop, or you can head to my website if you're not about that TikTok shop life. I understand it. And use code Berry Sisters for 10% off until midnight. You can find it linked in my bio. My website is in my bio. All the information, you'll find it. Get your journals.
You went through the TikTok shop so I can get my little $2 commission.
Yes.
Please.
Hook my girls up so they can get paid.
Not
Okay.
yours, not her. I mean, not yours. And just okay. Mama got trips trying to pay for.
Period. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will see y'all next Wednesday. Before we go, I want to shout out some people in the chat. I want to shout out VSG Bestie and Talk Berry to me. Her show is every Sunday night here on TikTok at 8 p.m. Eastern. I want to shout out Anna and Kate. Kate is living her best life in Spain right now, in Barcelona, wherever she at, she Euro tripping. And so Anna is holding it down. She has a little guest panel.
Pray type shit. Okay, sis.
Yeah, she got a little guest panel going on for these last 2 weeks. So show her some love on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then check out our guys from the Berry Mel Experience. And just to let y'all know, we're going to have the guys on the last Wednesday of this month. Okay?
Yeah. Oh.
She don't be reading the damn group chat.
Oh, we gonna have a talk with you.
Right, as soon as we hang up.
Time to go. Can I end this shit? Time to go.
But check out our guys from the Berry Mel Experience sharing bariatric surgery from the Mel Experience every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And then check in with your Berry sisters every Wednesday night at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We love y'all, and we will catch y'all next week and during the week on our individual pages. Bye.